Good day, everyone. Welcome to the LCA podcast. My name is Casey, and today in the studio we have Sean Green. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So today we like to talk about the topic of stop motion. So Sean here is an avid stop motion person. How do you describe yourself, Sean?
How would I describe myself? Like how I animate or like just
Yeah.
about me?
Sure.
Well, I just pretty much just animate anything that really comes to mind, whether that be like some sort of fight animation, joke, meme, anything of the sort like that.
Okay. So how did you get started in stop motion?
I saw a lot of videos of stop motion animations and stuff, and I just thought, hey, I want to do that. So I downloaded some software on my phone, just took a bunch of pictures, pasted them together.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I used was not even, probably wasn't a good idea to use. I used CapCut first, and that was a mistake to use. It's not meant for that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
So it was basically running at 10 frames a second.
Gotcha.
Now I use another kind of animation software called StopMotion, which is also on my phone,
Okay.
and it can run at. I'm not really good at this. I've only done it like twice, but it can run at 30 frames per second.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mostly I animate it between 10, 15 frames per second.
Right. So I've noticed while you're in class, you typically like to run with like Godzilla
Yeah.
type stuff. So tell me more about that.
Oh, those like the figures
Mhm.
or anything like that?
Yeah.
Well, the figures I usually use are the NECA figures, or figures referred there from SH Monster Arts, things like that. Well, the NECA figures do look a lot cheaper than the SH Monster Arts. They are significantly cheaper. They are much more expensive than they used to be because licensing issues. They ran out of the license for Godzilla,
Right.
and they had to stop producing them, so they spiked up in price from like $20 to around 50 to 60.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's still far cheaper than anything in SH Monster Arts, which can go between $90 to over $200 easily. In fact, my most expensive figure was the Godzilla Ultima, which is around $125.
It's pretty expensive. Okay.
Yeah.
So very neat. So with your videos, because I notice you make them pretty often, do you post them like on YouTube or Facebook, or what do you post them on?
Usually YouTube. I do have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
I think the most views I've ever gotten was around like 20K
Wow.
somehow. I don't know how. Most of my videos before that had gotten like at most around 1 to 2K views.
That's still
And
pretty
then
good,
it just
though.
spiked up. I think it was probably due to some sort of influx of a certain kind of thing like that, such as the Godzilla Ultima versus Shin Godzilla thing was like still pretty hot at the time.
Right.
So, and that was the video that blew up. So I think it probably had something to do with that.
Mm-hmm. Very neat. Very
I think
cool.
at the time I only had like around 50 subscribers, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more, maybe less. I don't remember well.
Nice.
And now I have around 175, I think.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, so our last question before you go, what is your favorite part about doing stop motion?
Well, probably just posing the figures and stuff like that. The editing for it is atrocious. It's enraging
I bet.
sometimes. But other than that, it's pretty fun. Seeing the finished product is really satisfying. Stuff like that.
Right. And what's the name of your YouTube channel?
Sean the Dilophosaurus. No one will be able to spell that, I guarantee it. But
Okay. Well, viewers, go ahead and definitely check out his channel. And thank you so much for joining us today in the studio. So thank you again for coming and telling us a little bit about stop motion.
I'm glad I got to. Thank you.
All right. So that is Sean, who is also in our AV class here. And we'll be back later with some more videos. See you next time.